Okay, so there's my modifications. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go outside and get it warmed up and everything and see if it'll work. Okay, so it sort of worked. I'm gonna try two modifications real quick. I'm gonna drill a hole right here so that I can start the fire, because I think that was part of the problem. What I did first time was I tried to start it here and it just blew the stuff out. You saw that on the video. And then I put it back here and it took a while, but it did warm up and go. So I'm just gonna drill a hole right in the middle right here so that I can drop some, you know, fluid and a rag and whatever, just so I can get it started right here. Second thing I'm gonna do is, this is another piece of that pipe coming in handy. And I'm gonna weld this in here to mount the fan to eventually. What I think I'm gonna do is, there's a design out there by Noxo something, I forgot what his channel name is, I'll have to look it up and put it on there, but he plays around with a bunch of nozzles and stuff, but he has one that's on a stand basically. It's very similar to this. It's just a big, I think it's a fire extinguisher and the thing coming out of the end, and then he has his stuff drip, basically has a little propane can that he uses for fuel, fills that up, and then it drips into the fan and shoots out, and so everything's up on a stand like this, which is really what I want. I do want this to be kind of low on the ground, so I'm gonna make my stand where you can kind of set it in, or you can take it down and put it on the ground. But right now I'm just playing with it to see if I can consistently get it lit. I thought I screwed up and it wasn't working, but after I let it sit for 30 minutes, slowly dripping and stuff, it took off. So I did something right, I just don't know what. And I think it's the air and getting it hot, because those fans put out a lot of, so the vacuum cleaner actually isn't too powerful. He actually uses a vacuum cleaner motor that he got from Stanley or something at Home Depot. He said they're cheap, and then he just took the vacuum cleaner apart and took the motor and mounted it to the end of his pipe. So eventually that's what I'm gonna do. Some people use the air mattress motors, so I might do that since it's 12 volt, if it works, because that should be getting it hot enough to melt aluminum and the things I want to do. So if that works, then I can just, this is sturdy enough, and I can make my stand and, you know, make a little support here and just hold that motor up. So right now I'm just going to drill a hole in here and get this grinded down, and then I'll bring you back and show you when I get it put together. Try this time. Enough. Now I got my air tube, and now I just need to drill my hole right there. Make sure you mark the back line when you're cutting with those band saws, because that wasn't very straight. Look at that. So it's going to be a little bit of a forward and sideways. So there's a good angle, but at least it fits together. And all I needed to do is shoot out the front here, so this will go on here like this. Just set it down, that way I can have it up for the forge and out for other stuff. Get too hot. Cool down for a minute. Actually, that probably is 16, not 14 gauge, so I'm going to turn it down some. That's still hot. Here we go. Directional. Okay, so there's my modifications. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go outside and get it warmed up and everything and see if it'll work. Got this little hole to pour some, you know, oil and some wood pieces and stuff to get it started right there. And then I just got this bolt. Should just screw it on right there. A pair of gloves and screw it down a couple. That way it doesn't interfere with the airflow. If not, and it doesn't matter, I've got a little bit smaller one that I can just drop in real quick if the flames are shooting out. Here it is. I think this is it. So I could just come in and drop that one in and the air should still go around it, but we'll see. Hopefully I can do this one. And then my little crooked directional thing here that'll slide right over the top like that, and then I can point it. What I really want to try is to take this out on that stupid stump. We burned it all day yesterday and it got maybe an eighth of it burnt up. So it's got a long ways to go, but I thought, you know, I could test this thing out right there in that little pit and just point this right at the stump. If it gets going and stuff, I can just sit there and blast that stump. We'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna take it out here in the back where I've got it all set up anyway. I think I might rig up, just go get a longer pipe nipple here, or maybe I think I have some 3/8 copper tubing. It's probably out back, so maybe I can figure that out and make me a stand up here like the one guy had on his. If not, I may change it and put it over here on the stand, but I'm gonna try right here, and if I can just get it up here out of the way, you know, maybe put a 45 and go up this way a little bit from the flames. I can just mount it up there with a little canister like he had. I got plenty of those little green propane tanks to use, so I'll do that. But I'm gonna take it outside and get it set up out there, and we'll see if it works with these modifications. Okay, so I switched back to this fan. I think that big, you know, 6-gallon vacuum is just too much for this little one. Way too much air. So I've switched back to this and it seems to be going pretty good. I've just got it dripping pretty slow and it's been going for probably 45 minutes now. And my little attachment didn't work very well. I didn't think about it, but it hits the top and it starts coming out of the ground. You can see where it was burning, what little grass was there, and it's going up underneath that and everything else. So it's just shooting out the bottom. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And I haven't tried it with the lower fan. That was with the big fan. It was blowing all over, but I'm afraid I don't want it to go out. It's been going real well, so I'd like to burn up some of this and get it used up so that I can get my 30-gallon. I got a 30-gallon tank in the back, and then I probably have about 10 of the, you know, 5-quart things. So I poured 3 of them in here, and I got about 7 or 8 more that I need to get rid of so I can start emptying our 30-gallon tank. Alright, well, part 2 of this burner seems to be working pretty well. I have another fan that I want to try. It's a round one, and I think I mentioned it before, but it hit right on a piece of PVC, and I could just reduce it down to this pipe, and it would be perfect. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's probably about a 6-inch fan, so it should put out enough air for what I need to do. And if not, I'll try what's his name's NOV Ox or whatever his name is. I'll try his suggestion. I'll go to Home Depot and see if I can find that Stanley vacuum cleaner. It's just one of those little bitty 1-gallon things, so maybe the motor on it's not quite as powerful. He also put it on a rheostat thing so he could adjust it as well. So that's what I like about this. I have one of those adjustable things, so when I'm just starting the fire, I can turn it down the voltage and the fan just barely runs, and so it gets the fire started in there real easily. That worked out pretty well by putting that in there, so I can drop some wood down in there. I just dropped some wood and a little bit of lighter fluid, let it go, and then it flames up pretty good. Probably 5 minutes, whereas last time it took me 30 minutes to play with it. So anyway, as always, we thank you for watching. Leave comments below for suggestions how to improve this, and we'll catch you in the next video.